Hello, and welcome to my channel.
Emma Johnson stepped off the train, her breath taken away by the sight that greeted her. The small town of Aurora Cove was nestled amidst snow-covered mountains, with frozen lakes glistening in the winter sun. It was a scene straight out of a postcard, and Emma couldn't help but feel a sense of peace and excitement as she took in her new surroundings. She made her way to the quaint cabin she would call home for the next few months. The wooden structure stood proudly amidst the winter landscape, its windows adorned with frost. As Emma stepped inside, she was enveloped by a warmth that seemed to seep into her very soul. The crackling fire in the stone fireplace danced and flickered, casting a comforting glow over the room. Settling into her new abode, Emma unpacked her belongings and marveled at the simplicity of her surroundings. The cabin was cozy and inviting, with rustic furniture and a bed adorned with a patchwork quilt. It was a far cry from the hustle and bustle of city life, and Emma couldn't help but feel a sense of relief wash over her. As evening approached, Emma decided to take a walk around the town. She pulled on her warmest coat, hat, and gloves, venturing out into the crisp air. The streets were lined with charming houses, their roofs covered in a thick layer of snow. Smoke curled lazily from chimneys, adding to the idyllic atmosphere. As she strolled along, Emma noticed a friendly face peering out from one of the neighboring houses. Mrs. Thompson, her silver hair peeking out from under a woolen hat, waved enthusiastically at Emma. Intrigued, Emma made her way towards her neighbor. "Hello there. You must be the new arrival," Mrs. Thompson greeted with a warm smile. "Yes, I'm Emma Johnson." "It's nice to meet you," Emma replied, returning the smile. Mrs. Thompson invited Emma inside for a cup of hot cocoa, and they settled into her cozy living room. The walls were adorned with photographs of the northern lights, their vibrant colors dancing across the sky. Emma couldn't help but be captivated by the beauty captured in those images. "You know, Emma, Aurora Cove has a deep connection with the northern lights," Mrs. Thompson began. "Legend has it that the lights are actually spirits dancing in the sky. They say that those who witness the lights are blessed with good fortune." Emma's eyes widened with wonder. She had always been fascinated by the northern lights, and now she found herself in a place where they held such significance. "I can't wait to see them for myself," Emma said, her voice filled with anticipation. Mrs. Thompson smiled knowingly. "You won't be disappointed, my dear. The lights have a way of leaving an imprint on your soul." Please support my channel by liking and subscribing. The next morning, Emma woke up with a renewed sense of excitement. She couldn't wait to explore the town and learn more about the legends and folklore surrounding the Northern Lights. After a hearty breakfast, she bundled up in her warmest winter gear and set out to discover Aurora Cove's secrets. Her first stop was the cozy cafe that seemed to be the heart of the town. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and baked goods filled the air as Emma stepped inside. The cafe was filled with locals, their cheerful chatter creating a welcoming ambience. Emma approached the counter and ordered a hot chocolate, striking up conversations with the friendly barista and other patrons. As she sipped her drink, she listened intently to their stories about the Northern Lights. An elderly man named Mr. Anderson caught Emma's attention. His eyes twinkled with wisdom as he recounted his personal encounter with the lights. "I was out one night, just taking a walk under the starry sky," Mr. Anderson began. Suddenly, the sky came alive with vibrant colors. It was as if the heavens themselves were putting on a show just for me. I stood there, transfixed, unable to tear my gaze away. Emma leaned in closer, captivated by his words. "What did it feel like, Mr. Anderson?" He smiled, his voice filled with nostalgia. "It felt like pure magic, my dear. In that moment, I felt a connection to something greater than myself. It was as if the universe was whispering secrets only meant for those who dared to look up." Emma's heart swelled with anticipation. She couldn't wait to experience that same sense of wonder and connection. Determined to capture the perfect photograph of the Northern Lights, Emma spent the next few days preparing her camera equipment and researching the best spots to witness their dance. She spoke to locals, who shared their knowledge and gave her advice on where to go. Armed with this newfound information, Emma set out into the Alaskan night, guided by the wisdom of those who had come before her. The snow crunched beneath her boots as she navigated through the frozen landscape, her breath visible in the cold air. As she trudged through the snow, Emma spotted a majestic reindeer in the distance. Its antlers stood tall against the night sky, and its fur glistened in the moonlight. The sight took her breath away, and she couldn't help but see it as a sign of good luck. "Hello there," Emma whispered softly, not wanting to startle the creature. The reindeer turned its head towards her, its eyes reflecting a sense of calm and wisdom. Emma felt a connection with the animal, as if it understood her quest and was offering its silent support. With a grateful smile, Emma continued on her journey, her heart filled with determination and anticipation. As the days turned into weeks, Emma faced the harsh reality of winter in Alaska. The bitter cold seemed to seep into her bones, and the constant snowfall made it difficult to navigate through the landscape. But she refused to let these challenges deter her from her mission. One day, as Emma set out into the wilderness, she was greeted by a fierce blizzard. The wind howled, whipping through the trees and creating an icy haze that obscured her vision. She pulled her coat tighter around her, trying to shield herself from the biting cold. With each step, Emma had to fight against the elements. The snow came down in thick blankets, making it difficult to see more than a few feet ahead. She trudged through the knee-deep snow, her determination pushing her forward. But just as she was about to lose hope, a faint glimmer caught her eye. Through the swirling snowflakes, she saw a faint green glow piercing the darkness. It was the Northern Lights, fighting their way through the storm. Emma's heart swelled with awe and wonder as she watched the lights dance in defiance of nature's fury. In that moment, she realized that if the lights could persevere against such odds, then so could she. With renewed determination, Emma pushed forward, fueled by her unwavering passion for capturing the lights. After days of battling nature's fury, Emma found herself in a secluded clearing. Towering trees surrounded her, their branches heavy with snow. The untouched white landscape stretched out before her, and she couldn't help but feel a sense of reverence. As night fell, Emma's heart quickened with anticipation. She set up her camera equipment, adjusting the settings with precision and care. She knew that this was the moment she had been waiting for. And then, it happened. The night sky began to shimmer with hints of green and purple, as if an invisible painter was brushing colors onto a canvas. The Northern Lights made their appearance, casting an ethereal glow over the landscape. Emma's breath caught in her throat as she watched the lights dance across the sky. They swirled and twirled, creating intricate patterns that seemed to tell a story only those who dared to look could understand. It was a sight that no photograph could truly capture, and Emma knew she was witnessing something truly magical. Tears welled up in her eyes as she stood there, overwhelmed by the beauty before her. The lights seemed to whisper secrets of the universe, inviting her to join in their cosmic dance. In that moment, Emma realized that her quest for the perfect photograph was not just about capturing an image, but about embracing wonder and magic in her life. As Emma spent more time in nature, she began to notice the intricate details and hidden beauty of her surroundings. The delicate frost on a leaf, the way the sunlight filtered through the trees, the sound of a distant stream, all these small miracles became amplified in her eyes. She realized that the Northern Lights were just one of many wonders that Alaska had to offer. The wilderness held a wealth of beauty and wisdom, waiting to be discovered by those who took the time to truly see. Emma would spend hours exploring the woods, her camera capturing the essence of each moment. She found herself captivated by the play of light and shadow, the way nature seemed to create its own symphony of colors and textures. In these moments, Emma began to understand that true beauty lies in embracing the present moment and appreciating the small miracles in life. She learned to slow down, to breathe in the crisp air, and to truly see the world around her. As Emma delved deeper into the wonders of Aurora Cove, she formed deep connections with the townspeople. They shared their own experiences and insights, enriching her understanding of the world and her place in it. One evening, Emma found herself sitting around a crackling fire with Mrs. Thompson and a group of locals. The warmth of the fire mirrored the warmth in their hearts as they shared stories and laughter. "It's fascinating how interconnected everything is," Mrs. Thompson mused. "The northern lights, the wildlife, the people were all part of this intricate tapestry." Emma nodded, her eyes sparkling with understanding. "I've come to realize that everything in nature has a purpose, a role to play. We're all connected, and it's our responsibility to protect and preserve this delicate balance." The others nodded in agreement, their faces reflecting a shared sense of reverence for the natural world. They spoke of the importance of sustainable living, of cherishing the land that had given them so much. Emma felt a deep sense of belonging in that moment, as if she had found her tribe. She knew that her journey was not just about capturing the perfect photograph, but about forging connections and leaving a positive impact on the world. As Emma continued her quest to capture the essence of the northern lights in her photographs, she faced moments of doubt and frustration. She questioned her abilities and wondered if she would ever be able to truly convey the magic she had witnessed. One evening, as she sat alone in her cabin, doubts crept into her mind. She stared at her camera equipment, feeling a sense of inadequacy wash over her. What if she couldn't do justice to the beauty she had witnessed? What if her photographs fell short? Just as despair threatened to consume her, there was a knock on the door. It was Mrs. Thompson, her kind eyes filled with understanding. "I sensed that you needed some encouragement," Mrs. Thompson said, her voice gentle yet firm. "Emma, you have a unique perspective, a way of seeing the world that is entirely your own. Don't let doubt cloud your vision. Trust in yourself and your abilities." Emma nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. "Thank you, Mrs. Thompson. I needed to hear that." With renewed determination, Emma wiped away her tears and picked up her camera. She knew that she had to push through the doubt and continue on her journey. The day of Emma's final attempt to capture the northern lights arrived. She returned to her favorite spot, a secluded clearing surrounded by towering trees and untouched snow. The air was filled with anticipation as she set up her equipment, adjusting the settings with precision and care. As she waited for the lights to appear, Emma reflected on her journey. She thought about the challenges she had faced, the doubts she had overcome, and the connections she had formed. This quest had become so much more than just capturing a photograph. It had become a journey of self-discovery and connection. And then, it happened. The northern lights began their dance across the night sky, casting an ethereal glow over the landscape. Emma's heart raced as she clicked the shutter button, capturing a photograph that surpassed her wildest dreams. In that moment, she knew that she had captured more than just an image. She had captured the essence of wonder and magic that had touched her soul throughout this journey. Overwhelmed with joy and gratitude, Emma stood there, gazing at the lights as they continued their celestial dance. She realized that her quest was never about the perfect photograph, but about embracing the beauty and magic that surrounded her. As Emma packed up her camera equipment and made her way back to her cabin, she couldn't wipe the smile off her face. The photograph she had captured was a testament to the beauty she had witnessed and the journey she had undertaken. As she sat by the fireplace, sipping a cup of hot cocoa, Emma reflected on the profound impact this quest had had on her. She had come to Aurora Cove searching for the northern lights, but she had found so much more: a sense of wonder, a connection to nature, and a community that embraced her. She realized that the magic she had captured in her photograph was just a glimpse of the magic that existed in everyday life. It was in the laughter of children playing in the snow, the kindness of strangers, and the beauty of a sunrise. With a grateful heart, Emma made a promise to herself. She would continue to seek out wonder and magic, not just in far-off places, but in every moment. She would embrace the present, cherish the small miracles, and share the beauty she had discovered with the world. And so, as Emma settled into her cabin for another peaceful night, she knew that her journey had only just begun. The northern lights had ignited a fire within her, a passion for capturing the magic that surrounded her. And she was determined to let that fire burn bright, guiding her on a lifelong quest for wonder and connection.